This is BBC Bristol, home to many species such as the great crested runner, big mouth radio DJ, and the bald-headed executive. Join us as we enter the wilderness. Our first encounter is with the common production executive in his natural environment.
Being a production executive entails a lot of things. I help manage financial risk across the department. I help manage production managers and production coordinators who work across the different programmes that we work here in Bristol. I help manage change, introduce new technology and new ways of working, and support the senior editorial teams. The BBC is for me because of its guiding principles, which is to inform, educate and entertain. I think if we can cover those things in the output and the content we make, then that's fantastic for the licence payer. The thing I do best is inform the people I work with, occasionally entertain them. My role in 5 words, I would say it's always changing, it's challenging, it's busy and it's rewarding.
Now we voyage deeper into the heart of the jungle to find our next natural species. Now this is the Radio Queen, demonstrating her array of dominance to the other teams. We follow her back to her burrow to see what she does.
My name is Kate Cheney and I'm the production manager for the Network Radio Department, which is based in Bristol. My job is mostly about logistics, so I will do all the finance for the department, which is quite a lot. In radio terms, we turn over about 4 million. I do all the schedules for everybody, their work schedules. I will do expenses. I will sort out studio bookings. I do health and safety. If it's very, very dull and involves some hideous web-based system, then I'm your woman. I believe in public service broadcasting, and actually I've worked here for 31 years. It's a very nice and civilised place to work, and we make things we can be proud of. And I tend to use a phrase that goes, the things that we do add to the gaiety of nations.
While some animals are more easy to find, some are more difficult. On our adventure, we found a very rare engagement manager, away from his usual environment, perhaps showing us some unusual nesting techniques. This gave us some valuable insight into his behaviour.
So to summarise my job in 5 words, I would say it's interesting, it's varied, it's challenging, it's fun, and I get to meet a lot of people, which I enjoy. When I was in Australia, I like to do a lot of diving, and particularly I like to dive with sharks. And a particular dive that I did was up in Fiji, which is not far from Australia, and we were diving with tiger sharks. And I came about that close away from a 5-metre tiger shark. It was a pregnant tiger shark, so it was huge. The biggest fish I'd ever seen, and it could have swallowed me whole. But luckily it didn't. I survived to tell the tale, but coming so close to such a deadly animal was quite interesting. The BBC is for me because I like the variety. I actually enjoy the BBC's output, so I'm a big fan of watching television and listening to the radio. And so I enjoy working in that environment where we have really creative and interesting programme makers.
This creative environment allows a diverse variety of BBC species to flourish. And this is only the mere beginning of what we can discover at the BBC.